The Beckham empire is crumbling, and it's all because of one woman's hidden agenda. You won't believe the lengths the Beckhams have gone to just to scrub their family name clean of the drama that's been rotting from the inside out. We're talking about a multi-million-dollar dynasty, a global brand, and a wedding that was supposed to be the event of the decade, but instead, it became the battlefield that tore a family apart. You've seen the glitzy Instagram posts, the curated family dinners, and the carefully crafted PR statements. But have you ever wondered why Victoria Beckham, the queen of composure, suddenly stopped playing nice? Why the silence from the inner circle is louder than a megaphone? You're about to find out exactly why Nicola Peltz wasn't just uninvited from the inner sanctum, she was effectively cut off. Think back to that wedding in Palm Beach. It was supposed to be a fairy tale. But behind the scenes, sources close to the family were whispering about a total catastrophe. We're talking about a clash of titans, the fashion royalty of Britain meeting the billionaire heiress of America. And here's where it gets crazy, the tension wasn't just about a dress or a seating chart. It was about control. Nobody saw this coming, but insiders say the friction started the moment the ink dried on the prenup. The internet went wild when people noticed the subtle shade being thrown across social media. Remember those cryptic quotes? The "I'm hurt" captions that disappeared as quickly as they appeared? That wasn't just a social media meltdown, that was a public declaration of war. Victoria Beckham, a woman who has spent 30 years building a brand based on perfection, wasn't about to let an outsider dismantle her legacy. And let's be real, she didn't just sit back and take it. Sources close to the family revealed that the final straw wasn't a single event, but a pattern of behavior that left the Beckhams feeling like they were being pushed out of their own son's life. Imagine being David Beckham, a man who has navigated paparazzi, scandals, and intense public scrutiny for decades, only to be blindsided by your own daughter-in-law. It's devastating. The narrative that the media pushed, that this was just girls fighting over fashion, is a total lie. It was a power grab. And here's where the story takes a turn that will leave your jaw on the floor. People keep saying Nicola was the outsider, the victim of the cold, icy Victoria Beckham. But what if I told you that the coldness was actually a defensive mechanism? Rumors have been swirling that Nicola had a very specific, very aggressive agenda to rebrand Brooklyn Beckham away from his parents' influence. She didn't just want a husband, she wanted a blank slate. By distancing him from the brand that made him, she was essentially stripping the Beckhams of their most precious asset. When the Beckhams realized that their son was being slowly alienated from the family business and the family unit, they didn't just get angry, they got tactical. They started closing doors. The invites stopped coming. The private jets were no longer sitting on the tarmac waiting for the newlyweds. It was a cold, calculated move to remind everyone who actually holds the keys to the kingdom. You don't cross a woman who has survived the Spice Girls era and built a global fashion house by being soft. But wait, here is the real twist that nobody is talking about. It's not just about the drama between the women. It's about the money. We're talking about the Peltz fortune, which, let's be honest, makes the Beckham wealth look like pocket change. There's a theory circulating that the entire feud was actually a strategic move to secure Brooklyn's future within the Peltz empire, essentially making him a member of a different, more powerful dynasty. Could it be that the Beckhams weren't just offended, but legitimately threatened? Is it possible that the cutting off was actually a mutual decision to protect their respective brands from a collision that would have destroyed them both? Think about it. Every time a tabloid mentions the feud, it keeps the Beckham name in the headlines, but it also keeps Nicola Peltz relevant in circles she might not have reached otherwise. It's a symbiotic nightmare. They hate each other, but they need the noise. But the price? The price is a fractured family that might never heal. Brooklyn is stuck in the middle, playing both sides, and it's honestly tragic to watch. Is he the puppet, or is he the mastermind behind the chaos? The more you look at the evidence, the more you realize that the victim narrative is just a facade. Everyone in this war is playing to win. If this blew your mind, smash that like button. Subscribe, we post tea like this every single day. And comment below, did you see this coming? Do you think the Beckhams were right to cut her off, or is this just another case of a mother-in-law refusing to let go? Let's get into it in the comments. We're reading everything.